You guys, we have so much to catch up on. I completed the first month of box truck life and it did not go as I thought it would. I'm just gonna take it from the top. So we pretty much started in Utah. We found a camp spot and decided to just chill there for a few days. We had just driven so many hours. We actually went to the Tetons in Wyoming first, but it was super snowy, so we left right away. And we were really tired, so we just wanted to make food, clean the van, work on art. So that's what we did. So as I've mentioned, I run a jewelry business, and this is pretty much what funds my life. Right at the beginning of my trip, I had sold 2 rings. Sometimes I have them fully pre-made. This time I had them pre-casted, so I had to set the stones and polish them, which doesn't take too long. I think it took me like 2 hours tops. Anytime I sell a ring, I'm so excited because it's just crazy to think someone goes to my shop and actually presses buy. And you'd think over time that the excitement would wear off, but it really doesn't. Like every time I'm just like in awe. So last year I ran my business from my Ford Transit, which was just like a smaller camper van. But this year I'm running it from my box truck, and I knew it would be easier, but oh my gosh, it is so much easier in my box truck. I have more outlets, more space. I actually have the tools that I need. So working on these rings was actually really exciting because I was like, wow, this is so much easier than last time. And yeah, it was just fun. After I finished my rings, the last thing I needed to do was bring them to the post office. So I packed up all my stuff, and the next morning, Abby and I decided to go into town so I could drop them off.
Okay, chocolate chips. No, we have okay. Butane. Clips. Tape, butane, paper towel, bread, clips.
So clearly we've been in Utah one too many days. No shade to Utah, but low-key shade because why every time I go to Utah I have some weird experience. We originally wanted to go to Moab, but it was getting really cold, so we wanted to go south as quickly as possible. We found this camp spot. It was pretty like remote, chill, not a ton of people, but there were still people around, and there was like a town like 15 minutes from where we were camping. But then we had like multiple weird things happen. Like there was this old guy that came and parked right next to my van, like right next to it. Mind you, we're in the middle of nowhere, and he comes out of his van and he's like, I have a dog and he's gonna bite you if you pet him, and I'm about to let him out, but don't pet him. And then he lets his dog out, and his dog like comes up to my sister and starts licking my sister's face, and he's like, don't pet the dog, he's gonna bite you, don't pet the dog. And we were both like, what is going on? Mind you, it's like a very large husky, and he was friendly, but we were also like, what's going on? Like, is this dog about to like bite my sister's face off? I don't know. And then he like left his truck there for like 4 hours, and we were just like very confused. But yeah, that was just one of multiple weird stories I have from Utah.
As I was picking up using the wise advice of a friend to use a branch to live on, I looked up and I saw this red thing, and I think it's like a geocache or a time capsule or something. Together. Just kidding. Gotcha. Intentionally or not. Words are hard. But it's hidden in a container sitting here for you. My first thought was it was like, I had this whole like picture in my head of like one of those kids running away from the camp, and they're like, I can't be tracked. And so they put all of like their like identification in there and threw it. So then when they got to the next place, like no one would find them. But like,
I have a euro.
oh, that's a good idea.
The one exciting thing that happened when we were camping in this field was we found a geocache, and we filled it with a whole bunch of little surprises. Abby added a free scoop from Culver's. So if you want ice cream, you can find it in a random field in Utah. We did stay in this camp spot for quite a few days, mainly because I just wanted a break from driving. And our days consisted of eating pancakes, random arts and crafts, and talking. Sorry, phone died.
Yeah,
These are the purple ones. Abby, do you have your green ones?
no,
Dang.
not right now.
This was my clay scavenger hunt. I really thought I was gonna find clay and try to make like a pot or something, because I brought my pottery wheel and I was like, this is a perfect time to pull it out. Unfortunately, it was all just like sand. It wasn't clay. It didn't hold like any real shape. And so I was like, I'm just gonna try anyways. Like maybe I can just practice throwing. And it didn't work at all. It was way too muddy. It's so fun that I have a pottery wheel with me because like my last van could never. And so I'm so excited to actually use it when I do have clay. After a few days of staying in the fields of Utah, Abby and I decided it was time to part ways. So we packed up our stuff, threw a farewell rock, and headed out of Utah. So after Utah, the next destination was California, and we did have quite a long drive, so we stopped at a few truck stops to spend the night, fill water, dump trash. And honestly, I kind of like truck stops. They're really chill, they feel safe, and a lot of other people sleep there too, so no complaints there.
Buy owl pellet shit.
Our next spot that we camped was like a paid site because although we were in the wilderness in Utah and it was somewhat chill, we did kind of feel unsafe being there. And so we wanted like a safe place to camp that was just like made for camping. So we came to this camp spot. They had like drive-in spots, dumpsters, bathrooms. It was honestly really nice, but all the trails were closed because of the winter, so there was nowhere to really go on walks. So we decided to walk down the road, and the first day we're walking and this truck of like older men drive by us. They're probably like boys that were like 25-ish, like 5 of them start screaming like racial slurs at us. And we were like, what? Like, where are we, man? Like, aren't we like right next to LA? So that kind of set the tone. We were already just like tired of feeling the weird vibes in Utah, and then to come to California and then right away have that happen was really disappointing. So we ended up not going on any more walks, which made us feel kind of claustrophobic there. Like we didn't feel like we were safe to just go. So we only stayed for like 2 or 3 days and then decided to leave early, even though we had originally planned to stay for a week. Because, yeah, vibes were just bad. I did pull out my grill making stuff and worked on some projects, and Abby worked on some whittling projects, so that was nice to just get some stuff done. The next morning, we were definitely ready to leave and just get to the city, have a few normal days, so that's what we did.
Is banana flavored, so today is I'm going to. Where's my little ginger snap cookie?
We were so excited to finally get to a city. Once we got to Los Angeles, we went to the beach, we went to a farmer's market, bought some oranges, we got some coffee, and we really just embraced the city life. We were so excited to finally just be in a normal city. Whenever I tell people I do van life, They assume I don't like cities and only like nature, which is not true at all. Honestly, a big reason I started traveling in a van was so that I could experience more expensive cities without the big commitment of paying for rent or getting hotels. Although we were really excited to be in the city, we didn't stay very long. I think we stayed like 3 days because city life in a van is much different than in nature, and you kind of have to commit to it to find good sleep spots, to find places to fill water, dump trash. And when you go to a city, you can't just show up and assume you're going to have a good time. You kind of have to stay there for a couple weeks to adjust to it. And Abby was leaving soon. We only had like 2 weeks left together. So we had a few other places we wanted to go, one being Joshua Tree and one being San Diego. Our next stop was Joshua Tree, and neither of us had been there, so we were both pretty excited.
All of something. I don't remember. But I said, guys, Trail Guide dude was weird.
Back into the wilderness. After spending a few days in the city, we were rejuvenated and excited. We both had projects we wanted to work on. Overall, the vibes were just better. It was warm, there was a lot of space, there was a town nearby, so we were happy.
Guys, let's all go to Matt's. Oh, Jessica, trust us. You don't want to go to Matt's. I just don't think you'd like it, right, guys?
You wouldn't like the vibe, trust me.
Okay, one thing I will say, before you die, you need to experience a sunset in the desert. They hit different. I don't know what it is about them, but sunset in the desert, amazing. So Abby and I stayed in the desert for quite a few days. I don't even remember how long it was, but I keep talking about these projects that we had. And I had a pair of grills that I had been working on for a couple weeks that I needed to finish. And Abby had some t-shirts that she was planning to paint for her website. She was doing like a clothing drop. So that's pretty much what we worked on the whole week. We would go on like walks in the morning and then just paint and work on our projects. I also was working on some music. I've always wanted to release an album, and so this year I'm dedicated to finishing some songs. I've written maybe like 30 to 40 sample songs over the past 2 years, and I finally feel like I have enough time to actually invest into these projects and finish them. Out of all the art forms, this is the one I'm most like insecure about and hesitant to share, just because it feels so personal. So I don't know what it's gonna look like for me to actually come out with it or when. I know it's gonna be this year. I like genuinely feel like I have to get over this fear. So I am excited, but I'm also like kind of nervous. So I don't know.
It might leave a mark.
After Joshua Tree, we went to San Diego, and this was our last stop before Abby had to go home. And it was nice to be back because we spent some time here together a year ago in my last van, and I had been in San Diego for a couple months, so it felt like coming home a little bit. It's very familiar for me. I love San Diego too. Like, the people are so nice and chill. It's super pretty. There's a lot of events and markets that I can sell at there. There's also a lot of other van lifers there, and so there's always a friend in the near vicinity. We actually had a bonfire with a whole bunch of other van lifers, so that was fun. After about a week in San Diego, Abby flew home and I was there by myself. I decided to drive up to LA because I had a friend that I wanted to visit, and that's when my whole trip took a turn for the worst, and my worst nightmare came true. It's kind of a long story, and I'm finally on the other side of it, so I'm gonna save that for the next video. I got in an accident and I totaled my box truck. But overall, the first month of van life was successful. I'm ready to continue to travel. I can't wait to see what's next. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next vlog.